Okay, what the fuck? Marcel said he wanted to meet up with me, right here. And he's a complete no-show.
My apologies, but that message is not from Marcel. It came from me.
And who are you supposed to be?
Somebody you've probably well forgotten about by now.
Please, you don't ring any kind of bells to me. I've never seen you before in my life.
You're going to want to rethink that, Carlee.
Serena?
It was a little over 3 years ago, right here, at this very bench, that we had our falling out with one another. It's a day that I'll never forget. Now, if you would give me a chance, let's talk for a minute. Damn it.
Any luck, Taylor?
Nope, nothing.
We can't blame Carlee for not wanting to talk about this right now. Seriously, Serena has a lot of nerve to be coming back around and showing her face again around Carlee, after all these years.
No kidding, especially after the shit that she pulled last time.
Who is this, Serena, that you guys are talking about?
Taylor, does Lily really not know a single thing about Serena?
No, Jessica, she doesn't. When Carlee, Marcel and I first met Lily years ago when she became our new For Reals bass player, the three of us made a 3-person pact that we would not tell Lily or get her involved with Serena. We refused to take the chance. Forgive us, Lily. Carlee, Marcel and I didn't mean to keep you in the dark. But the three of us had good reason as to why we said nothing. The long story short of it all, is that Serena is very much disliked immensely, after the bullshit she pulled last time that we crossed paths with her.
Taylor's right, Lily. Believe us, you would not like Serena, not one bit.
And there's something important about Serena that should be noted. Serena is, or at least was, Carlee's best friend.
It's no wonder you all dislike this Serena girl so much.
Yep, exactly. I just wish Carlee would talk to one of us about how she feels about last night.
Perhaps last night's incident affected Carlee in a way where she doesn't know how to express to any of us how she feels. And if that were to be the case, then it's very possible that because of seeing Serena again after all this time, that Carlee is experiencing a fork in the road.
Doesn't the term fork in the road usually mean a deciding moment in one's life?
It sure does.
But we wouldn't know for certain if that's what Carlee's going through at the moment, unless Carlee herself tells us.
Carlee, it's Samir. Would you please let me come in?
No. I want to be left alone right now.
You know that I'm not walking away from the door. I don't want you dealing with whatever's going on all by yourself. Just you and me one-on-one, for a few minutes. That's all I'm requesting.
You may come in. I'm in just complete utter shock that Serena has returned back to Tyndale after all this time. She vanishes without a trace or a single word for over 3 years, and then all of a sudden decides to show up and contact me.
How the times have changed. Heck, I still remember when Serena used to work as a lifeguard over at Tyndale Tide.
The fact she tricked me with that phone message, and then tried talking to me, pisses me off.
What is the main reason you dislike Serena so much?
Well, that's easy to answer. At first, it was due to Serena acting a bit entitled, and being very rude around some of me and Taylor's friends. But now looking back, the main reason I dislike her so much, is because Serena hurled a couple of nasty insults towards Liam and Lucinia, just a short while after they were born. I was more than ready for karma to get back at Serena after that incident. And then when I found out she was nowhere to be found in Tyndale, I thought she was finally a thing of the past.
And now she's back.
Yeah, and I still don't want anything to do with her.
I don't think that's entirely true. Carlee, I've known you long enough to know when you've got even the slightest feeling of hesitation. Quite honestly, I think there's a part of you that's wondering inside if Serena's time away out of Tyndale Valley has taught her some hard lessons, and if that's caused a complete 180. Jessica had mentioned downstairs that it's possible you're dealing with some kind of fork in the road.
Jessica's not wrong. I'll be honest, I am facing one of those fork in the road moments. One part of me honestly does want to know if Serena has changed. But the other part of me is saying no, don't do it.
It is hard, but that's how it often goes with life choices. It's entirely in your hands to decide what you yourself wish to do with Serena going forward. You're a very smart girl, Carlee. You'll know for certain if you've made the correct choice.
Thank you for the pep talk, Samir.
Anytime. The rest is up to you.
This dinner is really good, Jessica.
It's all thanks to Chef Johnson Marcel. We told you he was a great cook.
Not quite Gordon Ramsay cooking levels of delicious, but it's still really good.
I wish Taylor and Lily didn't have to leave for the movies and could have stayed for dinner. They would have loved this meal too.
Is something the matter, babe? You've hardly touched or eaten anything off your plate.
It's not that I'm not hungry. I'm just giving this whole Serena thing a whole lot of thought.
Doesn't surprise us. It's been the hot topic here in the house just about all day.
You can talk to us about it if you think it would help.
The main thing that's been nagging at me is wondering if Serena has changed her ways, or if she's still the same bitch as she was years ago. If Serena has changed, would you guys be against me trying to reconnect with her?
Well, if Serena did change her ways, we're not going to stop you if you want to try and be her friend again.
The last thing we all want is for you to get hurt again by Serena's actions.
Yeah, I agree. We don't want you to just recklessly pursue this without any kind of plan. You said it yourself, it's been years since Serena was last seen before she vanished without word or a trace.
There's no doubt everybody else is worried and feels the same way that we do. Especially Taylor.
Taylor is the one who I really want to talk to and get some insight from, about this whole Serena thing.
Wasn't Taylor the last one who Serena targeted?
Yeah, she was. Over at Moonlight High School, back in April of 2021, on the day just before Serena disappeared.
I remember that. Mimi told us all about it from her point of view. She was so mad that she was more than happy when Serena finally left. I do wonder what made Serena decide to come back into Tyndale. That's kind of high risk of her, especially after what happened last time.
High risk indeed. Not that it matters to Serena's parents. I'm certain they are just thrilled to have their daughter back despite what she's done.
Hey Marcel, can you please not mention Serena's parents around me? I hate being reminded of them. No wait, sorry, let me correct that statement. I hate being reminded of Serena's mom.
Why's that?
She's a complete bitch. Serena and I may have been best friends, but she could not stand her mom. I couldn't either. Serena's mom fucking hated me, particularly because of Taylor and her troublemaking past.
Surely that all changed after Taylor turned herself around.
Nope. The thing with Serena's mom is that she has real strong entitlement written all over her, acting if she doesn't care. This was proven to me when she still continued viewing my family very negatively, even after Taylor improved herself.
Really? How vile.
I know, right? You know what? I may be at odds at what I should do regarding Serena going forward, but honestly, if she hasn't done it yet, I hope she stands up to her mom, and gives her a real piece of her mind.
You leave without your phone, you leave me and your father worried sick, and vanish for 3 entire years, without a trace. And now all of a sudden, you turn back up again after all this time. You have absolutely no right to think you can just come home after taking off the way you did, and expect to be welcomed with open arms, Serena.
I wouldn't have expected that, Mom. I'm not stupid.
When you disappeared, I had police looking everywhere they could for you. But their search came up empty again and again. They had one job, and they couldn't deliver.
You just wanted me back home so that you could keep putting lies and self-entitled bullshit into my head.
How dare you? I raised you the way that I wanted you to be raised.
And I hated every fucking second of it. Because of the way you demanded that I act around others, my friendships with Carlee and everyone else in my old friends' circle were shoved deeply far into the ground.
You cannot blame me for that.
Yes, I can. When I first told you about Taylor Haven's friend, Jerome, and his boyfriend Declan, you straight up told me and said to me that being against, and not accepting same-sex couples, was the correct right way to act. You threatened me with violence if I didn't act like a cocky entitled bitch. But the worst thing you had me do? It took place soon after the Haven family's new baby twins were born. You straight up told me that when I see both of them, I call both of the twins brain dead. And if I didn't follow your demands, you'd hit me hard, slap me, and beat my ass more than 100 times with a belt. When I called both babies brain dead, it really, really, fucking hurt.
Yeah, I don't care what you think, Serena. What I care about is that I get the end results that I want. You can't defend the Havens. That entire family are worthless pieces of garbage.
Take that back, you evil vile witch.
I stand by what I said.
Then I'll stand by the choice I made 3 years ago, to leave Tyndale.
And how was it, being out on your own?
Fucking awful. It was an absolute heart-wrenching, pain-interrogating, limit-pushing experience, but I chose to take on the challenge. Me against the world, with nothing but the clothes on my back, and whatever I could take with me in a suitcase. And yeah, it didn't take long for me to realize that my battle to survive out on my own was nowhere near easy, especially not after I ended up out on the streets, and experienced being homeless firsthand. The struggle out on the streets was as real as it was, and I deserved every second of it. I thought I was going to endure that suffering as punishment, for the rest of my life. But then things for me ended up turning completely, on its head.
Serena? It's really you.
Dad.
And people thought I was crazy. They thought I was chasing a false hope, for all of these years.
After running away from home, I thought you and Dad never wanted to see me again. But, when Dad found me, I was proven wrong. He cared enough to come looking for me, for all these years. But you did jack shit nothing.
Alright, you're going to shut that mouth of yours right now, Serena. You've said enough.
Oh, I strongly disagree. It's no wonder Dad filed for divorce. You care too much about you and nobody else. You even went as far as trying to raise me to be as sick and vile as you. You are no mother, you are just plain evil.
I've heard enough. Leave this instant, Serena.
So be it then.
Oh yeah, one more thing before you go. There's zero chance that Carlee and everybody else who turned against you will ever forgive you.
We'll just have to see about that. Only the hands of time will tell.
Do you see visions of the sea? To fly so high as you could be?